Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. James Sharmack here. So today I'm looking at another Godzilla figure, another Super 7 figure. As of this video right now, it's going for right under 50 bucks on Amazon. We're looking at the Super 7 Ultimates Godzilla -1 charging figure. So, I was curious about what they were going to do with the -1 figure, so obviously I got it for a great price. So, let's do the usual stuff, shall we? So, obviously with the figures we've done in the past, it's a big figure, my hand, big box, of course, nice art on it. Side, still continuation of the art. Big GC symbol on the back. Nothing going on over there. Nice little window on the top there. And the legal stuff on the bottom. So, let's take them out of the box and take a look. Okay, so we have them out of the package, looking very cool. I will admit it. They don't skimp on the detail. Obviously, like, very cool. Definitely, the scales are really popping out at me. Feet look pretty cool, pretty solid. Obviously, he has that weird walk to him, so that's pretty cool looking. Great looking tail. Obviously, since he's charging up, nice paint apps. Kind of looks like he has that light tiny glow to him. Looking at the mouth, let's take a look at that. Nice, with that glow coming out. Angry look in the eyes. Obviously, the head design, I know that they've used the official, or like the 3D model, more or less, for scanning, so very high detail on the head, so that's awesome. Nice paint apps. He's not one uniform color, obviously, so he has it's all from like blacks to some brown, so very solid looking figure. He's got, obviously he's 8 inches tall, so he's got nice height to him. We'll talk articulation in a second. So they have a pretty decent amount of articulation to them. One or two I don't like, but we'll talk about that in a second. But I do dig it. I wish they had a fire effect going, but it is what it is. So still pretty solid looking figure. And just to be clear, with a figure like this, obviously the tail's a little bit of a problem to put on. So obviously get some hot water, stick the butt of the tail into it for like 30 seconds. Pop the tail right in. It goes in fairly easy. So articulation wise, he's got a pretty fair amount. Doesn't have any. His head can turn around. Can't really go up and down so much. The neck can move up and down, and rotation of the neck, so that's pretty cool. Diaphragm has some crazy, more movement than I used to with these, but it doesn't really turn. Does turn side to side. So that's kind of cool, but there's a little, clicking every now and then. So maybe don't overdo it, guys. Arm goes up that far, all the way around. Rotation to bicep, elbow rotation and back and forth. Wrist rotation back and forth. Legs go apart about that far. You go forward and back like crazy far. Can move the legs out, and the tail just popped out. But we can pop it back in. So that's pretty solid. Knees, a little bit of a bend, a little bit of a bend. Ankle rotation back and forth. How many tail articulation points do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So get some nice, moving around with the tail, whatever. Pretty cool, pretty solid. Doesn't come with much. It just comes with like an alternate head, but we're not going to put that on because it's just like just like an angry head. Doesn't really have that expression with like the jaw open. And like I've said with these, the Super 7s, I would have liked, at least with the Ultimates, with like if the jaw had articulation, that would have been cool. But it is what it is, I guess. So I just wanted to see if I could get him in that one pose in the movie does that roar. Probably turn the hand like that, I guess. It's about as, as low as he can bend, I guess. So that's still looks pretty cool though. And here he is with the other -1 figures I got so far. Probably, I guess we're building a -1 collection, I suppose. Probably going to see about getting the Super Kaiju version of this guy. See how that goes. See how that looks. Whatever. So we're having a decent collection. And to compare with the two, I have the Godzilla vs. Biollante Super7 we got earlier. Obviously, I think the -1 looks a bit better. Obviously, I think the scaling sticks out a little bit more. Maybe paint up's obviously a little bit better. So yep. What do you guys think? You guys like the Biollante one better or the -1 better? Let me know. Okay, so in my opinion, this is probably the best Godzilla they've done in the ultimate size. Obviously, they put a lot of work into it. They had access to the initial 3D scan, so there's a lot more detail on him than the other Ultimates figures I have in the collection. Pretty good size. Scales pop out a bit more. Nice paint apps. The charging effects are pretty cool. I do wish they had some kind of fire effect coming out of the mouth, but it is what it is. Can't really complain. For $50, it's definitely worth it. It's about the price. Right now it's around $50, so it's about the price of a Hiya Godzilla figure. So if the sale's going on, still go to Amazon, look it up, hit that coupon button, and off you go to the races. Anyways, guys, this is another fun Godzilla review video. Thank you guys for watching. If you do like it, subscribe, like, whatever, share. I'm never done doing these Godzilla videos. I love doing their reviews, telling you what I think. And I have at least one more Godzilla coming in the pipeline pretty soon, so we'll see when that comes. We'll probably get some more. Right now, the White Whale is the King Kaiju -1, so maybe we'll see about getting that in the future, but I'd love to get that, see how that looks. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you did like the video. As this is obviously a hobby, so thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And as always, and I'll tell you, keep on collecting. Happy hunting.